Hey Bill, this is recording is to show you and your assistant how to do a competitive analysis. So is to assume that you have already, so here I'm going to assume that you have already identified all the keywords that are relevant to your business, right? So here we're going to assume that Bill, you want to build a lead generation business where you're going to send, you're going to advertise on Facebook through Facebook ads and generate leads to a third party. But at the same time, we're also going to build some content, create some content on your website and collect email addresses. So collect leads by ourselves. So that way, you're just not going to make money one time. You can always make money from people that have already bought from you, and even more for people who have not bought from you, but not bought um, from your from the first time that they visit your website or visit your ad. So so this is the business model and the niche. So I created a simple spreadsheet. So we can I may change the spreadsheet a little bit, but this is going to be the template that I'm going to follow in general. So how do we do competitive analysis? So I think it's really the first thing we need to identify who the competitors are. So how do we do that? So I really just like to do this manually. So here, um, I need to mention a few things about the keywords. So remember there's the process in task number 7. We think of 5 to 10 very generic, very broad keywords, right? That you can think of, right? To enter those keywords one by one into Google Keyword Planner or SEMrush. Then copy and paste all those keywords into a giant spreadsheet. So once we do this for all the broad keywords we can think of at the beginning, then we would go through the process, go through sort all the keywords by search volume from highest to the lowest, and then eliminate the ones that are not relevant, right? And we can always use filter to help with that. For example, if you see um, a key one word that's just widely not relevant. For example, let's say I'm just making this up. Let's say metal building um, scam. Maybe that's a very um, not the best example I can think of, but let's say you see the word scam in your the keyword list. So not only you would delete that keyword, metal building scam, you'd also filter out all keywords with scam in them, right? So just go through the process. Then here, once you finish the process, you're gonna have a list of keywords sorted by search volume. So this is the column B is the search volume. So to identify your competitors, here's what I would do. I would just pick the first keyword, and really I would just go to Google and search for this. Now, of course, this also depends on what market you're targeting mainly, right? So it's very likely you're going to target, let's say, US and Canada at the same time, and but unfortunately, with Google, you can only select one country at a time. So in this case, if the US is your main country, main target, so the main geolocation you're going to target, so you should set the US version of Google. So once you do this, so this is what I would do. Let's click on the first results that you think are relevant, right? So I'm going to click, actually I'm going to click all of them. So this are the organic results on the first page, right? So I'm going to go there. Okay, so they have a chat, corporate office in Colorado. What kind of project are you working on? Okay, so seems like this is actually a manufacturer. Gen Steel, even the name sounds like it. About okay, looks like they're a very big company. But I guess still a terrible website, by the way. I don't know why all those websites are just so from last century. Let's see, our contractors, our company. Okay, so this is obviously not your competitor. So this is what I would recommend you what we do. So this is the competitors, right? So I also suggest that we have a like a influencers list. We can even break it down to okay, manufacturer. Okay, so I would just maybe a name and URL for now, because for manufacturers, we really there isn't much that we can do other than maybe negotiating a deal with them, so that we can work with those manufacturers directly instead of going through a middleman. So that's the only thing that we can do down the road. So I'm gonna just gonna do this. And actually, I don't even need the name, just the URL. I think that's good enough. So move on to the next one. Price rebuilding online now. Armstrong Steel also sounds like a manufacturer. It's a corporation. Okay. So that's about the company. Proud to serve with integrity. Okay. So this is also uh, a manufacturer. So we can copy it down here because these are not our competitors. We're not competing with manufacturers. We're competing with people who do what we do, who do what a bill does, right? Which is, you know, generating leads to a third party. And that third party is going to send all the leads to manufacturers like Gen Steel and Armstrong Steel. That's the we need to find those people. Are we competing with eBay? No, right? We're not selling those steel fabrications directly, right? I mean, in a way, we are competing with them because eBay is taking away from our leads, but they're really not our direct competitors, right? They're not doing exactly what we do. So I'm going to close this off. And frankly, we can't really do anything to compete with eBay because there is really all their traffic comes from most of their traffic comes from organic traffic, and they just have that kind of advantage that we don't have. So we would have to uh, get traffic through paid traffic. All right, so let's go to the next one. Sounds like it's also a manufacturer. Really, they're about there'd be 100 years. Wow. All right, so I think I'm pretty sure this is also a manufacturer, and factory is still overstock. Interesting. Oh, it looks like it's a wholesaler. Okay, so this is a wholesaler. So I'm gonna still put it here, but I'm gonna put a note here. Let's say okay. Looks like this is Metal Building Manufacturers Association. Okay. Uh, building showcases. I think that for this, it's obvious that I think it's called a trade group for metal building for manufacturers. So I think for this is a potential marketing opportunity. What I mean by that. So maybe in the future, maybe we can advertise in their email, newsletters, on their website. Sometimes they also have like printed magazines. Um, we might also be able to get ideas from their content because they usually have a lot of content on the website. As you know, like introduction, usually have a lot of content. Um, so there's a lot of content here. Obviously, I actually don't know where to start. So it takes some time to really find out what information they offer. Start putting what to consider, building construction methodology. So they do have a lot of information, including infographics. So I think that if you want to create content, this would be a great resource. So I would put down this as in a new tab. I would call it potential marketing opportunity. Let me just remove potential here. TIS. All right, so I'm going to write down the URL is the link. It's Metal Building Manufacturers Association. Association, MBMA, right? Okay, name. So I think that whoever does this research needs to have some kind of business background because without that kind of background, it's kind of hard for them to understand how we can utilize each resource. So for me, this would be my notes. I would say um, maybe advertising or content. So I'm just gonna write down that. Okay, we'll go to the next one. So it has to be really fast, right? Buildingsguide.com, multiple quotes for building projects. Seems like this is a competitor. One thing that I forgot to mention is SEMrush rank, right? So for marketing opportunities, I mean, it is also beneficial to note that. So I'm going to write that down actually, because if a website for potential marketing opportunities has a very bad SEMrush rank, then we don't need to think even bother with them, right? So I'm going to write that down too. SEMrush rank. Okay, for this one, I'm just going to the first page. Multiple price quotes. This is definitely a competitor. Okay, building guys, this is a competitor. So let's go here. Website, I remember it's 42K. Organic search. So what else? So remember here we have organic search percent. So basically, what percentage of the traffic comes from organic search? What percentage comes from paid search, etc. Right? So we need to get that information through other tools. So there's SEMrush resources. There's also SpyFu. It's paid. Their paid plans you can get more information, but I think we might be able to find enough information without paying. Let's see if that's the case. Okay, so seems like they have zero paid search, 3.6K monthly traffic, right? Okay, so let's see. Let's take a look at Spyfu. Okay, so basically they're saying 99% of their traffic comes from organic. search on Google. So that's obvious that when this website win, wins through content. They have a lot of great content. Let's see if there's any other information we can find. Pay search, competition. See, they're already, again, I don't agree. That's why I don't like tools, because those two are really not this website's competitors. So they're not really accurate. Okay, see, they also give you a lot of relevant keywords here. Still build, still buildings, etc. They also give you the pay search. Looks like this guy, they're also listing Google AdWords ads in here. But again, it seems like they are not getting much traffic. They're not getting much traffic. They only paid on 55 keywords. Total monthly PPC clicks only 500. So that's like nothing. All right. So here is what we can do. Organic search 99%. Paid search 1%. For social, usually they don't give you too much about your social. So I mean for Spyful in SEMrush, they don't really give you much information about social. So what we can do is we can just manually check out if they have like links to Facebook and Twitter. I don't think they do because usually they would show Facebook, Twitter links on their website. I mean, you could just do a quick search, building guide, Facebook, etc. And I'll be okay. They actually do have something here. Building guide.com. So zero people like this topic. It's a topic. What if there's a page? So there are 7 followers. So it's obvious they're pretty much getting zero traffic. So you can just say 0% for social, and others also 0%. Seems like. So what is so how can you decide social when a website does have some fans and followers on Facebook and Twitter, right? So if that's the case, we just have to estimate. We just have to estimate. For example, if website has 1 million combined fans and followers on Facebook and Twitter, that's significant. That's significant. So if you so if you feel that a website's social traffic is uh, relatively significant, then you can also use similar web to check out their social traffic. Actually, when you enter your competitor's website in similar web, they're going to give you all the traffic sources. As you can see here, still search is the majority of the traffic. There's 2% for referral, almost 5% for direct, and social is only 0.12%. So I think in this case, you can pretty much say social is just very minimum, right? So over here, actually they didn't even say paid traffic. So I don't know what uh, similar web means by search here, to be honest. Let's click on it. Search. All right, okay, actually this search combines paid search and organic search. So that's one thing to remember. All right, so here, so again, 93% organic search and pretty much 0% paid search. So over here, we can probably say, okay, for this one, social is pretty much minimum, almost at 0.12%. And pretty much we can ignore. Let me just show that. Okay, and of course they don't add up as 1%, so maybe I'll change this to 93%. Okay, all right, then others is the rest. So we don't have to worry about it. Now here, the next one, as you can see here is, let me close this, is the number of pages. This is especially important for websites whose most significant traffic source is organic search, right? We need to see, okay, how is this website getting so much traffic? What kind of content they're producing, right? So I'm going to go back here, and for this, we just have to uh, figure out what kind of content they have. If you just scroll down here, what is buying guide, beauty, brief history. So they have a list of different type of steel buildings here: agricultural, residential, industrial, commercial, and they give you a bunch of links. I think this is a very good strategy. So they have all the content uh, that can be accessible from the homepage. You can also get quotes here. They're also BBB accredited, so that's a plus. So what I'm gonna find out, I mean, as you can see, they can also find those links on the top at the top as well. Residential building. Let's see where this goes. Residential building. They did have a lot of information, so you could go crazy when you just click around. You would be lost and try to find out, how many pages they have. So there's a one trick that we can do is you can usually see, just enter the website name in sitemap. You might be able to find. Sorry, I was planning to do this. Sitemap. Okay, so now we find the website sitemap, right? So they actually do have a sitemap. Actually, this is not very complete, to be honest. Front page, fire guide, main menu. Maybe we can just do an estimate. Okay, front page, just the home page. Books, books, I don't understand. Okay, all those links. It's actually just an article. All right, so I don't think this is very helpful. Okay. All right, looks like this is not paying off here. Let's see, robots.txt. Interesting. I don't know why they have so many payday loan thing. It's weird. Maybe this was something they were doing before this. Okay. Um, there's something else we can do. So let me go back to the sitemap trick. Many times you should be able to find the complete sitemap of a website by searching this. But in this case, they actually manually made this sitemap, so it's not really accurate. Because a lot of smart webmaster, they would create a sitemap using Google sitemap tool, so they will automatically generate a sitemap for your whole website. So would be more accurate. So in this case, we would have to use some tools. So this is called SEO chat. They have a tool for you to check how many pages of a website have been indexed by different search engines. So what you need to do is just enter a CAPTCHA code here and enter domain name, and I found out that there are 488 pages of buildingguide.com that were indexed. So if you click on this, you actually see you can just manually enter the demand site, semicolon buildingsguide.com. You can see there are 486 pages, and I believe that most of them are probably a great content. Actually, they also have a blog somehow in warehouse buildings, RV garages, crane buildings, calculators, factory buildings, Another calculator, pricing security, I don't know what that is. Metal building, metal commercial building, green energy guide. So we click close this. Steel beam and column analysis calculator. So it looks like they're, I mean, they really know what they're doing. I have no idea what this is. Um, so calculations courtesy of Alex. Interesting. I wonder if you can contact this Alex and get this information on your website as well. So there's just so much information we can do by studying our competitors. Okay, so let's take a look at another one. Green buildings in overview. So obviously they're targeting the keyword green buildings, right? So after doing their research, they realized they need to target this keyword. So they developed this content, this article. They even created a category for it. Since I just realized they have a blog, let's take a look at their blog. Okay, so what I would do is I would open this one. Wow, okay, so here's exactly what I'm looking at. So if I open all of them here, right, and then I can actually see what kind of content they have. So how much does a two-stall barn cost? Blah blah blah. So really, if you're out of um, ideas of what kind of content you can create, you can just get ideas by studying what they have. And so this is a great way to study your competitors. And obviously for there, they're mostly they're targeting the keyword barn. Looks like steel horse barns, steel barn versus pole barns. Okay. And this is a second aviation buildings, building kids, commercial and industrial buildings. So you can actually see what kind of content they have on their blog. But it looks like they also have content that are not on their blog. So maybe they did not have a blog beforehand, and they were just adding content on the website, and then they decided they need to create a blog. Okay. Um, so that's what I really was talking about here in this column, number of web pages. So here, I'm just enter 488. Number of blog posts. Of course, this is not a percentage. Should it be a number? Should be 488. Okay. Number of blog posts. I believe that it's probably very close to 488. But as I mentioned, it seems like they have articles that are not on their blog, right? So I think in this case, I would include those as blog posts as well, because for me, a blog is really anything that's articles and content. So I would say it's probably close to 488, right? I think it would be painful for anyone to count them all because, like I said, this is a very poorly organized website. They just develop content haphazardly. So again, I would just click around, find out what kind of content they have, and get some ideas from them. Okay, next, 5 sample blog post titles. So um, over here, I'm going to go to home page. I'm going to look at the most um, visited areas. Probably first would be residential buildings, I would assume. Right, home and hobby residential manor buildings, residential manor building applications, building design choices. Wow, they really know their stuff. They've been doing this for quite some time. So this is more almost the residential metal buildings is really serves as index page. They also have, that's it. I'm going to go to garages, for example. Can't see here. Once you go to this page, they immediately ask ask you to submit a quote to get a quote, right? So um, where they're really just building the content to generate leads. That's all. And also on the left hand side, they're very obvious. They want you to get a quote. Let's see. Things to consider when buying a steel garage. Also, you can see they are using someone else's photos here. Okay. So I think that here's maybe one of the samples I could write down. Sample blog post I would write down. Maybe I'll just write down the address here. Maybe that's better. Okay, let's go back. Let's take a look at another one. Let's say small meta. I don't know. Pick enough. Kid buildings. Self-built kit application shop kits. Wow, I've got so much content here. Let's use this one. So just enter, just really just because this is just to give you just find 5 typical blog articles, so you can give you an idea of what kind of content they're creating. That's the whole point. And of course, it pays for you to actually look at all those blog posts, at least some of them, for you to get an idea. Okay, I'm going to go to this one as well. Mini storage. So maybe one more. So still building kits. I think we saw that earlier. Yes, we did. Building first, no. Okay, they have 2 categories. That's 2 type, I guess. Straight wall, and Quonset. Um, okay, I think that can give you some idea about the content they have. Email list. Do they have an email list? Here it should be a simple yes or no answer. So when I go to their homepage, let's see if they have an opt-in box for people to sign up for their newsletter. So it looks like they don't have any. Now I'm gonna look at their content page. Again, there's just a place for your submit quote. I don't think they have any email newsletter, so that would be a no. But I just realized I need actually we need to dig deeper. But when I submit a quote, like let's for example New Jersey, I wonder if you go through the process. No idea. 20, 20, high 10. Okay, just kind of, so here's what I need to figure out. Whoever is doing the research needs to figure out what's going to happen when I submit a quote, right? So, are you going to receive quotes directly from manufacturers, or you're going to receive emails from buildingsguide.com? I think there's a big distinction here. So if you're receiving quotes directly from those manufacturers, or maybe a third party like Buyer's Zone, then that means that the buyer's guide just works as a middleman. They don't do anything else other than sending you as a lead to a third party or manufacturers. So they don't really have an email news list, their email list. But if you're receiving emails from buyer's guide sending you information and quotes and such, then that means they do have an email list. So um, that would be the process. So at this point, I really cannot decide. I would say need to wait. I'm gonna say waiting to find out. So I would just enter my email address, probably also my phone number, because they probably need your phone number for you to complete this form. So let's think of what kind of information we're receiving. Next, again, first we need to see if they're actually in the email list. So we're gonna have to wait to find out, right? Demographics. Why is this helpful? Because so be Alexa, not Alexis. We need, most likely we'll need to, um, not very likely, possibly we're gonna run PPC ads or Facebook ads, right? So this is gonna be the research that can help us to better target the right customer segments. So I recommend you use website like Alexa. Again, I will copy over the domain name and do a quick search. If you scroll down to the bottom, as you can see, they give you a lot of information. Um, so you can see here, some of the information is not really doesn't really make sense, but most of them do. So you can see, okay, it's mostly male, right? So this is the middle part is the internet average. But you can see here, there's a there's a generally more interest among men than women on this website. There's a male, and most of them have college and some college. Browse location. I never found that useful, so I'm not document that. In my experience, at least. So as you can see, it's mostly from 45 to 54. Kind of makes sense. Then there's also a lot, like kind of like average for 18 to 24. I think that might not be significant because I think that maybe when people during that age group they were not interested in this kind of topic anyways. So I guess they're just average. It's not particularly more or less. So I don't think that's significant um, because it's just average. The next one is income. Seems like income is first would be 100K plus. The second one would be 30K to 6K. I found that interesting. Why not 6K to 100K? So we have to take this kind of information with a grain of salt, to be honest. As you can see here, ethnicity is dominantly white. Um, so you can also write that down because I believe that with Facebook advertising, you can target ethnicity and race as well. So I'm going to write this down and go back here and paste it here. That's all we need to do. Number of Facebook fans. This is just to um, as a reference to you, Bill, to see if they're doing anything significant on Facebook. Um, so, but earlier, as we can see here, we saw that there's pretty much zero social Facebook traffic. I mean, social traffic. So you can know it's probably not significant. So I think in this case, the researcher does not need to bother to find the information. So let's just say not relevant or not available or just not important. Okay. Other notes. Where to put out other notes? So as you were doing all the research, you may find something that's interesting that you want to see. For example, I don't know anything. Um, Maybe like for example, BBB accredited. Oh, XML. They do have a sitemap. I think that was what I was looking for. Okay, that's exactly what I was looking for. I don't know why it did not come up on Google when I searched for it. So let's try this. What I want to do. What I want to do. So next time we are researching on a competitor, here's what we can do. Enter the domain name, then space sitemap.xml. That might help because that's exactly the page we want. Oh, it still doesn't come up. What was that page again? So I guess that page was not indexed for some reason. Uh, okay, this is at the page I was looking for. But maybe you can just enter .com//sitemap.xml. So this is what I was looking for. Um, so actually, they only have 200 pages, 201 pages in their sitemap generated by Google. You can actually see the last modification date. As you can see here, let's see. So they have been adding content. Seems like only every 5 or 6 months. Let's see. So November they added 5 articles. June they added 5 articles, and a bunch of articles in January 16. Wow, January 16 they added a bunch of articles, right? Add a bunch of articles. So they just that's all you have to do. How much time does it take? I don't know where did all those articles about calculators came from. Um, See again from this guy Alex. I don't know what kind of arrangement they have with Alex, this guy. So maybe you can also work with this guy, or maybe someone like him, to figure this out. I think this would be very useful. A lot of people would find this useful. Um, by coming back to the content here, you can get a lot of information by looking at the sitemap. Later, see what kind of blog posts they have, what kind of keywords they're targeting, bar plan, 1 to 10. Wow. Seriously, I mean, how hard would this be if you know what you're doing? Um, oh, okay, interesting. Okay, so this is what we're looking for. So I think we need to modify what do we found. I think we need to change this to 201. I would say close to 201. You can actually count this manually. Just don't count those. I don't know if you would consider this as a blog article or as an article. I guess I would because it's still content. All right. So it looks like most of them are going to be blog posts. All right. So I think that's it. I would also enter the link to the sitemap here. Maybe I can also add, hold on. I can add a new column here. Say sitemap. Okay. I think that's going to be helpful. Okay, perfect. Let's go back to other notes. I want to see if there's anything else that we can use here. Let's go to the home page. Oh, I think that a few things I may also want to mention is, okay, they have, how to say, um, many calculators through collaboration with this guy. I forgot his name. Let's find that guy. Calculator, because I would think that's actually an opportunity, right? So can we work with this guy? Senior structural engineer at Floor Enterprises. They probably just pay this guy some money. Um, so you want to see if you can do something similar. I believe that a lot of people, this website actually generated a lot of traffic from those calculators page. Okay, let's go back. Um, See, they have all these different ad calculators, right? Beauty estimates. Is that where the calculators come from? I don't know. All right, let's gonna see where this go. States. Okay, that's very needy um, information. That's a very needy tool, to be honest, because when people come to this page, first they're gonna get quotes, right? Or they say, okay, I'm not ready for quotes yet. I want to see how much it will cost. They're gonna build estimates. Actually, that's where this is gonna take you. And they also you can enter what they want. They're gonna do a calculate, do an estimate. They're like, okay, oh, okay, this website, I'm getting something for free. Then what else can I do? They say, okay, within your budget, get a quote. So it's a very smooth flow. There's a flow to this. So I think that um, the building estimates is very cool. The calculators are also very cool. So I would say I also think there's um, a great flow from building estimate to getting free quotes. I think that's a great flow. Really, just think from the user standpoint of view, right? Don't just push content to them. What do they need? I believe that a lot of information people get this for find this flow very useful. Another thing is, I mentioned this before, Bill. They have get quotes, price elements on the left hand side, right? So when you see that, you're gonna usually think they're like manual items. If you put them on the right, like get quotes, people generally think that they're ads. So I would put those, get put this kind of information on the left instead of right. I think that's a great decision. What else? Community. I don't know what kind of community they have. Community? That's not what I meant. I thought maybe they had a community where people can connect with each other. They don't. Okay, I think that's it for now. And it's easier. I think finally, actually, I just had one more thought. No matter what page you're visiting, no matter where you go, they always have a lot of content on that page, right? I think that's very important. I think that's why they got so much traffic. I think that the last one would be really, okay, content on every page, pretty much. Okay, so this one we have done enough research. So let's go to a second one. Not second, next one. Allen's factory outlet. Let's see what that is. Looks like it's a retailer or wholesaler. I will go to about sheds, wood sheds, shed prices. Okay, so looks like they are retailer. I'll just say retailer here. So are they a competitor? No, we're not competing with them. So I can say manufacturers. I'll say, I mean, maybe I should have a separate one. Maybe it's just like sellers. Maybe that's a bad idea. Sellers, move here, and I'm gonna copy them here first. Sellers. So, okay, those are the sellers. And I'm gonna remove this. I think that's better. Okay, so we found those, and we're gonna move on to the second page. Second page still the same guy. Wow, like they're dominating. Meta outlet. We saw that earlier. Building kids. Okay, uh, let's go to first one again. Meta Beauty Outlet Corp. So looks like it's a wholesaler. Okay, wholesaler. So I'm gonna 116K. I think let's just take a note of that. Not super important, but I think why just like this. This in brush rank 116. Okay. I think it's wholesaler. Okay. Next one, metal inside metal depot. Depots. Okay. Suppliers. Okay. So it looks like they're because they're manufacturers. Okay, let's do this. Um, 216. So for the previous one, metal building outlets. Don't know if they're a seller or they're a manufacturer. Let's take a close look here. About it. I think they're sellers and they're not manufacturers. Okay, next one. WorldWideSteelBuildings.com. So they're manufacturers. So do this. Also, I forgot. Write down the SEMrush rank is 91K. It's pretty popular. Manufacturers. So why do we need to write this down? Because I mean, why do we need record all the manufacturers, because I think that once we build, because right now you're already generating a large number of leads per month, so I think you might be able to uh, strike a deal with them directly. Say, okay, I'm gonna send you this many leads per week, um, per month. Would you be able to? Can we work out a deal so that you can pay me X dollars per lead, right? I think probably most manufacturers are going to say no because they don't want to deal with each, I guess, what do you call that? Each, some people like it individually, but you might be able to find someone that can, that are willing to do it with you, so you can really effectively cut out the middleman. About this. Huh, they haven't, I just realized they haven't have a referral program. We'll find out what that is later. So, I found one company that's been business for their create stuff. Okay, so this is a manufacturer with the SEM rush of 388K, right? Okay, that's find maybe one more uh, direct competitor. What's this? Trade association. So it's a trade organization. So you can just record it down as a marketing opportunity, 1.2 million. Okay, next, Buck Steel looks like a manufacturer again. Our story. Okay, so manufacturer 667K. Looks like another manufacturer. Yep, 425K. Okay, so now I'm not going to open the ones that seem like manufacturers, because I really want to find out the direct competitors that we're competing against. Modern Buildings looks like a manufacturer. Pinterest, no. Absolute RV, I don't know. Never opened that. Institute. Looks like a lot of them are manufacturers. Metal building homes.org. I have no idea. That's the one. How do you, all right, open that. Open that. Oakland Metal. Sounds like a manufacturer. Building types. Okay, let's take a look. What do I have so far? Absolute Steel looks like a manufacturer too. About. Okay, so it looks like a very small company, but they got a lot of traffic actually. So 83K. Next one. I think this might be a competitor because looks like they have a lot of information here. So how do they make money? I'm gonna disable the ad blocker. See how they make money. Their traffic rank is 53K. Wow, that's pretty high. That's an ad. Vimeo. Okay. Another ad here. Another ad. Uh, as you can see here, this is one of the newer websites. The designs are very modern. And the logo is pretty cool. I believe this is your competitor. Free quote start here. Huh. Okay. There we go. So I'm surprised that they don't have I didn't ask for quotes in the middle of the blog post. They should have. Maybe in the bottom. Nope. They didn't ask for quotes. Another ad. It's funny. Wait, what's this? So you cannot actually ask for a quote on the top, but not in for in articles. That's weird. So I'm gonna go to this one. They have beautiful photos. I'm wondering where they got those photos. It's next to another website. Let's see where this goes. alliedbeauties.com. So as you can see, you can spend a lot of time doing this kind of research. It's very time consuming, but it's also very rewarding. I mean, I'm really into this right now because I really want to know who we're competing with, what we can do here. First one. It's a very cool website. Hmm. I think this would be a great company to work with, to be honest. Looks like they're very modern. They're willing to work with other companies. So I think this would be a great marketing opportunity. It might be able to just strike out a deal with them, so you can earn a commission from each lead you send to them. So I think there's a market opportunity here. How about 217K? Okay. All right, so let's come back to this one. So I believe this is another of your competitors uh, here. So 53K. Wow, this is very impressive. Oh, forgot my need. All right, here 53K. Not that far behind beautyandSky.com, and we'll do the same thing, right? So I'm gonna do that very quickly. Actually, I'm just gonna go to Sitemap directly. Only last 6 months. I wonder if I can check a longer time frame because seems like this website just came out of nowhere. Let me see. Wow. Registration creation date. Okay, creation date is uh, so just a little bit over 2 years ago. So, like I said, it's a very modern website. It just seems like they just came out of nowhere, and through probably good content plus great design, won over many users. Search 65%. A lot of them are direct, so it's for direct. It's kind of hard to figure out. You never know why a website is getting so much direct traffic. Really don't know. Not enough data. Okay, search. Okay, not enough data. Let's see. All right, so search. We might have to use SEMrush as well. And SpyFu. Okay, so, similar. SEMrush really just doesn't really give you too much information when it comes to traffic sources, like the percentages. Seems like pay search is 0. Let's see SpyFu. Really the same thing. Okay. So I don't know. Okay, so we can say referral, but we don't know where the referrals come from. How about social? Social is 0%. Mail is 15%. That probably means they have an email list. So let's do this. Uh, Usually I don't record the direct traffic. I think that it's a usually very inaccurate. Referrals, isn't everything referrals, so I really don't know what similar web's criteria are for referrals. So, but it seems like a majority of them are from search, right? All right, I'm gonna say, probably 99%. Social, it actually says 0%. It actually says mail. There's some mail. Maybe I should add that as a new category. So mail, let's do percentage. So it's like what, 2015. Um, okay. I think that's good. The number of web pages would do the same, right? So I would find out if they have a sitemap anywhere. Sometime you may find. Okay, let's get a search for sitemap here. Might be lucky. Okay, now I'm gonna try. Nope, not have any. Let's try this. Nope, still doesn't have it. So sometime we may have to just search for it manually. Go to home page. See if there's another way to do this. So you can see how many categories they have, right? So I'm going to go to the first category. And we'll see how many articles they have. 1, 2, so 6. So non-articles, right? 9 articles for designs. Let's do kids. They have how many? So just count. Just count those, right? So I'm not going to do that anymore. Just count those. Then the same thing. Go to the next one. Go to the next one. Okay, I will do the same to count all the different articles. So I'm going to let your researcher to fill this out. Number of blog posts are probably very close to number of web pages because it seems like that's all they have. They only have blog posts. Sorry. One thing that I forgot to mention is how do they make money, right? Remember the first one we mentioned, buyer's guide. I think it's lead generation. I don't think they have any ads, but for this one, it's Google AdSense ads, right? Plus generation. So what I would do is I would actually for each of those competitors, if they have lead generation, I would fill out I would fill out uh, the survey and see what's gonna happen next. See what are they are the web is the website gonna send us emails or the manufacturers are gonna send me emails directly. So I would find that out. Okay. Now sample of blog post, same thing. I would go through maybe each category, right? And just pick one blog post. So so Bill, you can have an idea about the content on the blog post on the website. Sitemap link seems like we can't find any. You can just say not available. Email list. Do they have an email list? I still don't know yet. Click here for a free estimate. I think that's pretty good quote. I think that's a good. Unfortunately, it's not working properly. As you can see, you only can see half of it. What else? Let's see if you can click on this. One thing is for sure, they have beautiful photos. I don't know where they got their photos, so maybe do some spying to find out. I don't think they have an email list here, but maybe we submit a quote. Maybe they would email you, so maybe they do have an email list, so that we can only find out by submitting a quote here. So definitely we should do that. Beautiful photos, by the way. Did they have a list where the photos are from? I don't think they did. Okay, I think that's all for this one. And that's all for this video. And hopefully this is going to be helpful. Oh, by the way, sorry, forgot. Number of fans. It seems like this website has some kind of social presence. Let's take a look. Huh? Why is this going here? I don't think they're doing. Maybe I have to. Let me do that again. Huh, funny. It's not going anywhere. I think they just forgot when they built the website. They just forgot. All right. So I mean, if they had the proper links, you may also need to find out how many fans and followers it have on those social media platforms. I think it might be worthwhile to check that out as well. And for other notes, I mean, a few things that I noticed, right? Beautiful photos, beautiful design, um, very clean website, unlike many other websites we have seen so far, beautysguide.com. It looks like it was from last century. Same thing with the other, all the other, even some of the manufacturer websites. They're just very poorly designed, just outdated. I think maybe that's why this website is getting a lot of traction. People just enjoy, uh, you know, reading this kind of website, right? Even each category they have this different, icons, little things like that really matter a lot. So maybe that's something we can consider. They also have most shared. I guess for each blog post, people can easily tweet it or pin it. So I don't know how much of a difference it made. Seems like it might not be too much, but I think that it's, why not? It's pretty much free for social media. I think we should be there. Okay, so Bill, hopefully this is going to be helpful. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much. Good luck.